On to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Connor Williams, and we're back with another one of our 24/7 news report videos. As always, we start with the headline news, and the headline news this evening is that Everton have considered a move to sign Brighton forward NEAL MAUPAY. Everton are aiming to add a forward to their squad and have held talks with Southampton as well over Shay Adams. This has come via the Mail Sport. Like we normally do, we run a poll on the Toffee Blues. Would you take NEAL MAUPAY at Everton? So far, 2,052 of you have voted. It's open for another 17 hours. If you want to vote, you know what to do by now. Link in the description. Follow them on Twitter. When they break news like this, there'll be a poll as the first replied tweet underneath it. Vote on that. Like I said, 2,052 you vote for a good amount. And it's 50-50. 50% up, 50% down. Very interesting. I very rarely see polls like this when we're doing these videos. So it's very interesting to see that. Yeah, I don't know. At times you watch him and you watch Brighton and you think, wow, what a player. I think Brighton might have overpaid a little bit for him. But you watch him and it's like, he's good for a 90-minute goal. I think it's the lob chip against Arsenal, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That was amazing. You know, there are moments where you watch him and you think, that's a really good forward. But then you watch him and listen, the whole thing with Brighton, the whole narrative is lots of XG, not enough goals. And everyone keeps saying, myself included, they get a good goal score. If they got someone like CAMARA who finishes more, who scores more than his XG suggests, so he finishes tougher chances, I think Brighton are a team and a half. But for me, it would suggest that NEAL MAUPAY doesn't finish as many chances as he should. He should be on a few more goals. And that's sort of a little bit where my concern comes in with him. But listen, he's been in the Premier League now, I think it's 2 seasons, proven that he can score in the Premier League. He can score big goals. He's more prolific than Shay Adams. So I guess in that aspect, I would say him over Shay Adams. Which, yeah, I'd probably say him over Shay Adams. He's 25. I'll get up his stats now for his goal scoring. So in the Premier League, he's been here 3 seasons. In his first one, he scored 10 in 37, then 8 in 33, then 8 in 32 last season. So he's never really got over 10 goals. But then looking at the strikers we're linked with, not a lot of them have got that. Like I said about his XG, so his XG last year was 9.7, so he should have really scored 9, maybe 10 goals last season, but he didn't. He scored 8. Season before that, it was 13, and he only got 8. And then the season before that, his best season, this website doesn't do XG that far back, but like I said, it would suggest that he should score more than he is doing. Only ever so slightly, 3 goals in one, about a goal and 2 goals in the other. But listen, we are Everton, you know, and we have to be realistic. We've had a bad season. We have to be realistic with our targets. I don't think we had the pull we did when we finished under Ancelotti. Last season, we'll have put a couple of players off coming to us. Not everyone, because we've managed to do quite well regardless, but they will have put some off. He's better than Shay Adams, I'd say. So, yeah, and we do need some strikers as we are really, really struggling. Moving on, we have the Everton make Serhou Guirassy the priority. According to L'Equipe, he is their priority. The 26-year-old scored 12 in 48 appearances across all competitions for Rennes, but looks to have fallen out of favour with the immediate arrival of Calamundo at Rennes. Lampard and Thelwell have stepped up their interest to get a striker, and he seems to be top of the list. I'm not going to go too much into him because I did read out his stats the other day, but again, doesn't score over 10 goals a season, so he would probably replace. I think the idea from the club is if we get him, Calvert-Lewin comes back fit, and you have those 20-plus goals that we had under Ancelotti last season. Due to Calvert-Lewin's injuries, we had to rely on Richarlison's goals, and those two both normally Calvert-Lewin comes up with about 14 maybe if you're lucky when he's fully fit. Richarlison comes up with the other 10. I think what we look at now is someone who can come up with the 10 for now. Then when DCL comes back, Garassi can play as an inside forward on the left. You then put him out there maybe as a second striker. He'd get 10, Calvert-Lewin would get the rest, and we wouldn't be in such a bad state. I think that's what we're looking for. I don't think we're looking for, not that we could get it, but maybe, but we're not looking for that 15 plus goal a season striker, because I think the club still value Calvert-Lewin and believe when he comes back that he will be the main man, especially as in the summer it looked like Lampard had promised Calvert-Lewin that, hence why he didn't leave. We also have the news that Stigart haven't heard about Sasa Kalazadic. Apparently, sporting director there, Sven Mislintat, has said that he's not heard anything from Everton. The player's been linked with United, West Ham, Everton, Chelsea, and have not heard anything from it, which is an interesting one to keep an eye on. We also had the news that Monaco is set to sign Salzburg midfielder Mohamed Camara, 22. So looks like we won't be getting Camara either. This is a bit of a who we're not getting sort of episode. We're not getting him. Hopefully that means Idrissa Gueye is still available. I do have more on Idrissa Gueye now, just saying that Everton are left frustrated after the deal seems to be not as easy as Everton thought it'd be. Kamara looks to be going to Monaco. Big upset that is. Really good player. We'll be unfortunate missing out on him. And another player we missed out on, Emmanuel Dennis, going to the Athletic. He's well and truly on his way to Nottingham Forest. Spent a lot of money, Forest, haven't they, this window? Picked up a few good players. They better hope it projects well on the field. Otherwise, it could be a really troublesome season for them. There's a lot of arrivals, a lot of good talent, but they've got a bond. Steve Cooper's got his job worked out for him then. But yeah, another one that we've not yet got, which is annoying, really annoying. All things considered, we do need a striker, and we need a couple of midfielders, but yeah, looks like it's not to be. Interestingly, about Gueye, was left out of the weekend of PSG's weekend clash against Montpellier. So keep an eye on that one. He clearly isn't in favour with Gaultier, so I think he will come. I think PSG are just really dragging their feet, and Everton are getting frustrated with that. Understandably, it's becoming quite an annoyance. And finally, we'll end on the fact that Bruno Lage spoke about Conor Cody's exit. This left a lot of people stumped when he was allowed to leave Wolves on loan, because he's been a leader there and a captain for Wolves, and Wolves fans really, some Wolves fans liked him, calling him a leader, some weren't too. It was here and there. When discussing the exit, Cody, Lage said, "We had good talks after the Sporting game. I don't change anything I said about him. He was one of the best men I've met in football. He was my captain, but more importantly, he was a player, my player and a big friend. I understand the position of Cody. It's not just a World Cup. He wants to play every minute of every game. It's that kind of player that I like. The ambition is to continue and play in the end. We need to understand the position of the club and the player." So it just looks like he couldn't offer Conor Cody the football that Conor Cody wanted. World Cup season, everybody wants to get in. He's decided come to Everton, where he will get games, and hope to get in Southgate's team. That is everything we've got time for, though. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts on anything I've discussed. A lot of players we've missed out on. Give me the one that you're most devastated that we've missed out on. I'll see you guys very soon.